Midweek Money Series, $20,000 on the line. I'm going to swallow. Corey Day, can he be stopped? He's won the 2 opening rounds of the Midweek Money Series, $20,000 on the line tonight. Can he be stopped? What about Brad Sweet? Something like 4 wins in 6 races. He has been on a roll as of lately. And like Chase and Dylan have already talked about, it is officially the month of May here in Indiana. You can hear the world-famous Indianapolis 500 Gordon Pipers playing in the distance here at Kokomo Speedway. I'm up here in the flag stand with Tom Hansing. A lot of the locals that come here to Kokomo Speedway may already know this, but Tom doesn't just work the flag stand at sprint car races. He has worked the Indianapolis 500 15 years now as one of the chief starters. He's no longer in the flag stand at the world's greatest race, but Tom Hansing, who will be instructing our drivers on track tonight what to do with the flags, has worked 15 Indianapolis 500s. Doug Bowles is going to be here later tonight. People in Indiana love Doug Bowles, right? He's going to come over and talk to us. He's also bringing a special guest and a 3-time Indianapolis 500 champion. We're going to leave that up to you guys to try to guess who that might be, but Doug Bowles will be here a little bit later tonight with a 3-time champion of the Indianapolis 500 when we get a little bit closer to race time. So it's May in Indiana. There's not much of a better time I can possibly think of. Chase, Dylan, race cars are back in the pit area. Engine heat is over. And when we come back live on FloRacing, we will have hot laps and Capital Custom Trailers qualifying up next.
Home. Kokomo is special to me because it's just home. Grew up there my whole life. Was never, didn't grow up around racing. Always was a baseball, football, basketball player. I grew up down the road from a sprint car driver, Shane Cottle, and would go to the races here and there and got into racing, and I've always wanted to win at Kokomo. I've never have accomplished that, I should say, but many dreams or daydreams and trying to manifest things. Hopefully that can change this year. I feel like Kokomo is just so special because it just races so well with whatever type of car you put on the racetrack. Obviously it's known for gnawing racing with USAC, but over the past few years, the wing sprint cars have got together more and put on just as good, if not better, racing. And it's been around for so long. You always hear if you can win at Kokomo, you can win anywhere. It's just a tough, demanding racetrack, and it's cool to be in my backyard.
The Gordon Pipers making their final rounds here on the front straightaway. Great to have them here tonight at Kokomo Speedway before we get really going with the festivities over the Indianapolis 500 and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We got cars almost ready to hit the racetrack here as we take a look at the Midweek Money Series point standings. This is the mini series built into the 59 race schedule with Highland Racing. Coming into the night, Corey Day is currently leading Midweek Money Series points, 14 markers ahead of Tyler Courtney in the 7BC, 29 ahead of Brent Marks in car number 19, 32 ahead of Brad Sweet in car 49, and 37 ahead of Tanner Thorson in 88. Spencer Baston, James McFadden, Parker Price, Miller, Justin Peck, and Casey Kane are rounding out the top 10 right now in Midweek Money Series point standings. Looks like we've got cars making their way towards the racetrack right now, and it is now time for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Dirt Draft, they'll be the presenting sponsor of Hot Laps for every Highland Racing event in 2024. The Dirt Draft app allows you to play against hundreds of dirt racing fans across the country. Simply select 5 drivers each night while staying under a $100,000 salary cap and accumulate points in the process. Use those points in the speed shop to buy all kinds of things. Download the Dirt Draft app today or visit dirtdraft.com for more more information. Cars onto the racetrack now. They are led out by the driver making his high limit racing debut and his Kokomo Speedway debut tonight from Sacramento, California. The Running Boxer Farms Harris Distributing Company, Valvoline number 101. It's Caleb Henry. Caleb Henry in the 101.
Behind him, working into turns 1 and 2 in the NOS Energy Drink 7BC. That's Sunshine Tyler Courtney from Indianapolis. The NOS Energy Drink Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts 7BC. 7 national wins for Sunshine here. 3-time Kokomo SmackDown winner. But remember, he didn't race here last year with High Limit. He was on injured reserve. Corey Day drove this car last year. So Sunshine's first High Limit start here at Indiana's Baddest Bull Ring.
Also on the racetrack from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Sickyard Engine Oil, Hampel Oil, Mystic Lubricants, Western Flyer Express, Dethridge Optical, number 5T. The driver is Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in the 5T.
On the back straightaway, the black and blue number 1 is Lubbock, Texas racer Brenham Crouch. That's the High Plains Building Division Carbon Safety Technologies Lubbock Wrecker Machine, 2022 Power Eye Midget champion and last year's IRA Sprint Car champion.
Making his way down the back straightaway now, it's the driver to Fairland, Indiana, the Spanky's Pizza, Shelluck's Bar and Grill, Ingram Machine and Tool, Napa of Bryan, Ohio, Automatic Fire Protection number 23. It's Cale Thomas. Cale Thomas in the 23.
On the front straightaway and working into turn number 1, one of 3 Honest Abe Roofing entries tonight for Kevin Newton. The car on the racetrack over in 1 and 2 is Jake Swanson from Anaheim, California. That is the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot 16H. Of course, many of you here are familiar with Jake from his non-wing accomplishments. He has made 2 wing starts this year and raced here last year with High Limit, finished 20th.
Final driver on the racetrack from Mason City, Illinois. It's the Mahindra Tractors, Dorset Automotive, Ford Performance, Diane, Hall Brothers Trucking, number 5B. It's Carter Sarf. Carter Sarf in the 5B. Green flag is out. Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1. Lap times coming across the screen now. Fastest so far is Tyler Courtney at 11.958 seconds. Carter Sarf right behind him in the 2nd position at 12.019. Cale Thomas, 12.042. Ryan Timms, 12.149. New driver to the top, it's Cale Thomas, 11.898. White flag from Tom Hansing in the flag stand here for this first hot lap session in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And Tyler Courtney now back to the top, 11.672. 1.16 now, Cale Thomas back to the top, 11.655.
Times continuing to drop all the way through the back of the field here. And Cale Thomas, this white, blue, and black 23 car exiting the racetrack first. Fastest here in our first group, 11.655. Over Tyler Courtney, Carter Sarf in the Chase Briscoe Racing 5B. Jake Swanson was 4th and Ryan Timms 5th.
Next group of cars rolling onto the racetrack now out of Evans City, Pennsylvania. That is the Superior Tank and Trailer Ravens Trailer, Tony Burke Trucking, 27 Manufacturing, Advanced Auto of Harmony, Pennsylvania. The number 22 is Brandon Spithaler. Brandon Spithaler in the 22.
34 car entering the racetrack over in turn 3 is Tempe, Arizona racer Sterling Kling. That's the All-Star Performance DRC Chassis Z-Max sponsored entry.
And rolling onto the backstretch now out of Lemoore, California, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks number 16T. It's Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in the 16T. Cole Macedo with some travel issues yesterday, was in the airport in the DFW for what, it sounded like 12 hours or so. Finally made it here last night.
You and I have been stuck in that airport together.
We have. I remember that
Chili
now,
Bowls
yes.
a couple of years ago. Not a fun place to be. Brent Marks is the most recent winner with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Finally got that victory just this past weekend at the Tri-City Speedway. He's in the 19 car. Calls Myerstown, Pennsylvania home. It's the M&M Painting and Construction, Baps Paints, McGrewbid.com, number 19 for Marks.
The hometown boy rolling off at turn number 4 from Kokomo, Indiana. The Chalk Sticks Tours and Bars Town Line Variety. Indy Race Parts High Performance Lubricants number 9P. The law firm, Parker Price Miller. Parker Price Miller in the 9P.
James McFadden is one of 2 Roth Enterprises cars in the field tonight. This is the 83 working into 1 and 2. It's the TRD Roth Enterprises HR Livestock Transportation Machine for the driver out of Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia.
And from Valparaiso, Indiana, the Team Volkswagen Audi QuickTime Car Wash TI-22 All-Star Performance Claxton Engines number 13V, Van Gurley Jr. Van Gurley Jr. in the 13V. Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 2 underway. Quick green-white checkered session here in this second group of cars. McFadden, fastest of them. Now there goes Cole Macedo to the top. 11.638, 1.1638. Now Brent Marks in his Kokomo Speedway debut goes to the top. 11.550. Checkered flag waving from the flag stand.
Brent Marks had fast time for just a moment, and then the local hero, Parker Price Miller in the 9P, goes to the top of the overall timing at an 11.481. Marks right there with him, an 11.550. Cole Macedo third at 11.638, so top 3 overall all came from this second group. Cale Thomas and Tyler Courtney round out the top 5.
Final group in Flight A for qualifying coming on the racetrack. This is hot lap session number 3. Led out by the driver out of Minden, Nevada, the Smith Titanium Factory Cane. Precision Cut Industries, Max Moreso, Hall Vodka. Number 88, the driver is Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88.
Out behind him from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu Curb Agajanian Racing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, El Bandito Yankee Tequila Pacific Boring number 24 is Rico Abreu. 3-time USAC midget winner here. Also won with the All-Stars here in 2016.
And from Fairmount, Indiana, the Ice Contractors TI-22 Linville Repair New Era Plumbing number 6. That's Brandon Wimmer. Brandon Wimmer in the number 6.
Start of a busy week for the next driver pulling onto the speedway. It all begins tonight for Kyle Larson from Elk Grove, California, in the familiar Paul Silva-owned number 57. FloRacing Finley Farms. HendrickCars.com, number 57. Starts Indianapolis 500 practice tomorrow, weather permitting.
And from Sutter, California, the East Mountain Transport Parts Authority, Heltz Turf Farms, MPV Express, the Hayloft. Number 24S, that's Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey in car number 24S.
On the back straightaway now from Pittsboro, Indiana, the Horsepower Inc. Pinnock Insurance, Donna's Pool Service 23L is Jimmy Light. Good to have him with us tonight.
Another driver joining us from the state of Indiana, one of our full-time high rollers out of Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Freer, Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, number 26. It's Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26. Green flag is about to come out in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 3. See if we can get closer to that 10-second bracket. Track record 10.927, set by Justin Peck here last year with High Limit Racing. Kyle Larson now fastest overall, 11.256. Enrico Abreu passes him, 11.160.
Now we're getting there.
Definitely going to be close here in qualifying. We still got a lot of cars left to come out on the racetrack, however. Abreu still quickest. Larson, Thorson, and Seavey. How about that? The tops, there's 6 cars in this one going to the top 6 spots. Checkered's out.
And the surface kind of has finally gotten widened out. It was kind of crummy and dirty there in that second or third lane, and it's all kind of been shoved up to this high groove now. So track in good shape. Rico Abreu quickest at 11.160 over Kyle Larson at 11.256. Tanner Thorson third, 11.332. Logan Seavey, Zeb Wise, and Brandon Wimmer, top 6 overall, all out of this third group in the final group in qualifying set A.
Here we go from Adrian, Michigan. Here, these are the drivers that will be in Flight B. From Adrian, Michigan, the Poor Racing, Susarski Excavating, Townline Variety, Ackland Insurance, Binks Motorsports number 7N. That's Darren Nida. Darren Nida in the 7N.
Zane DeVault is driving the 4-car. He's out of Plymouth, Indiana, the Islander Inn, Premier Planning. Deschler Lanes Machine, winner at Butler, Michigan, just a couple weeks ago.
And from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile One, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83 Junior. That's Buddy Kofoid. Buddy Kofoid in the 83 Junior.
Scotty Thiel is coming down the push-off chute now and onto the racetrack in car 73. The big wheel out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It's the Scott Thiel Builders Gibbsville Cheese Professional Plating number 73.
From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, Weinbrenner Motor Services, Lowerson's Body Shop, number 1A. The 29-year-old driver is Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen in the 1A.
Couple more cars here in this first group of Flight B. Casey Kane from Enumclaw, Washington, onto the racetrack over in turn number 3 and car number 9. It's the Brumos Collection Factory Kane Shocks Kane screen print machine.
And the final of the Kevin Newton-owns cars is the car owner and driver out of Terre Haute, Indiana, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot number 16TH. That is Kevin Newton behind the wheel as we go green in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 4, the first session for Flight B. Rico Abreu fastest right now at 11.160 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Casey Kane goes to the top, and there goes Buddy Kofoid, 11.074. He is now fastest overall. Issue for Scotty Thiel off a turn before he pulls into the infield.
This track getting better with every session here, and still a couple more groups of hot laps to go before we qualify. So we're on pace for potentially a new track record for the second straight year if things keep trending this way. Buddy Kofoid fastest now at 11.008 over Casey Kane, 11.157. Rico Abreu third, 11.160. Jacob Allen jumps to fourth, and Kyle Larson bumped down to fifth. Zane DeVault sixth, and Kevin Newton seventh. Nice laps for them.
Next group of cars, we're on to the racetrack out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, the SCC Trucking, PhilPools.com, Polk Brothers Racing, Dynatech Controls number 17. The 20-year-old driver is Dylan Norris. Dylan Norris in the 17.
Skylar G entering the speedway now. He's out of Leduc, Alberta, Canada. The Logan Fenton Racing Warrior Building Development and Excavating. Pack Rat Dumpsters number 99 for Skylar G.
Also rolling onto the racetrack from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink Zip-Ons, Logan Contractor Supply, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete number 55. It's Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the 55.
Mark Daly's 2MD has Cap Henry behind the wheel tonight. The Amalie Oil Ohio Logistics Moon and Dagger Tattoo 2MD for Cap Henry. Winner already this year at Attica and at Fremont.
And the current points leader with the Midweek Money Series with Kubota Highlander Racing now rolling onto the racetrack. It's the Driven to Save Lives, Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal. Number 14 BC, it's Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14 BC.
Kevin Thomas Jr. onto the speedway in the Indy Race Parts number 71. KTJ out of Coleman, Alabama. Winner this past Saturday with USAC down at Hopstop, 41st career USAC win.
Another driver that these fans will be familiar seeing on the racetrack now in a Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Dahmer Powertrain, Telstar Technologies, Fatheads Eyewear, Maxima Oil, Hobson family, number 21H, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon in the 21H, green flag coming out, hot lap session number 5. Corey Day up to second, quick at 11.112. Kofoid still quickest, 11.008. Casey Kane third, Rico Abreu fourth, Jacob Allen fifth. Good lap for Skylar G. He's up to second, quick now, 11.099. Good lap for Skylar G. Checker flags out. We got one up in smoke down the backstretch. That was Chris Wyndham. A big puff of smoke, and now it dissipates. We'll see if that leads to any issues for the driver out of Canton, Illinois, as Buddy Kofoid still fastest overall, 11.008, but new second-place car is Skylar G, 11.099. Corey Day, 11.112. Casey Kane in fourth, and Rico Abreu fifth. Good lap for KT up there in sixth at 11.195.
Final group of cars working onto the speedway. And Corey Eliason will bat lead off here. He's out of Visalia, California. The Commercial Edge NDT New Direction Transport B&L Holdings, car number 8.
Also rolling onto the racetrack from Sikeston, Missouri, it's the Shitty Coolers, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Smoker's Choice Cigar Bar, Fatco, Bird Enterprises, IPC, number 19H, 100% Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 19H.
Maybe the best looking car in the pit area tonight, too. Love the colors on that one. Good looking car as well for Emerson Axum. He's out of Franklin, Indiana. The Holiday Insulation, WCI. Klassmeyer Petrie Motorsports, number 27.
And from Lebanon, Indiana, the True Timber Camo, nice Cretan Landis block. JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, philpools.com. Number 5, it's Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in the 5.
Northport, Florida's Danny Sams, the 3rd, is in the 24D, sponsored by RV Locks and More, Global Link, Schaefer's Oil, and ShopD3.com. Winner last weekend at Lawrenceburg with the Great Lakes Super Series.
The current track record holder and the most recent winner here at Kokomo Speedway with Highlander Racing on the racetrack as well. He's also the DJ of the night from Monrovia, Indiana. The Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, RKL Paving, number 13 at Justin Peck.
Brad Sweet, final car on the racetrack in our final group of hot laps. He's out of Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts Brumos Collection. Maxima Race Oils 49 for the Big Cat.
Track's getting a little bit far around here. We'll see if we can still see those low 11-second bracket lap times here. Coming across the screen now, and there's one right there. Corey Eliason up to second quick, and Brad Sweet right in front of him. Sweet 11.079 and Corey Eliason 11.080.
4 cars in the 11.0s right at the top there.
So track still has some speed in it. Not sure if it's speed enough for that track record. We do get very close. Fastest overall in dirt draft hot laps, the driver of car number 83 junior, it's Buddy Kofoid, 11.008. He is followed by Brad Sweet, 11.079, Corey Eliason, 11.080, Skylar G, 11.099, and Corey Day, 11.112. Casey Kane, Rico Abreu, Justin Peck, Kevin Thomas Jr., Jacob Allen complete the top 10. Next up will be Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 cars on the track at the same time, going for 2 laps. The fastest lap time will set them up for their heat races later on. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches, the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealer and the #1 Intech trailer dealer. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. So with 42 cars, we split it into 2 flights, 21 in each. Flight A drivers will go against each other, and they will be lined up against each other in the first 2 heat races of the night. And then we'll do the same thing in Flight B. They will be in heat races 3 and 4. In those heat races, we will have the top 5 transferring on, with the winner and the fastest qualifier going to the dash. Waiting for our first 2 cars to come onto the racetrack, and that first guy out will definitely be one that we will watch to see if he can maybe grab that track record here tonight. Speaking of track records, Dylan, you know what thing or two about that around here.
Kokomo Grand Prix is always the most stressful weekend of my entire year. I always pray for hot and windy and
or rain.
Or rain, and that's been the better prayer the last couple of years, unfortunately.
Well, here we go. We're ready to go with Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. First 2 drivers onto the speedway, led out by the driver of Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC of Tyler Courtney, and also on the racetrack from Fairland, Indiana, the Spanky's Pizza, Shelluck's Bar and Grill, Ingram Machine and Tool, Napa of Bryan, Ohio, Automatic Fire Protection, number 23, Cale Thomas. Lap 1 for Sunshine's 11.173, 11.173. Lap 1 for Cale Thomas. He goes to the top, 11.053, 11.053. Lap 2 for Sunshine. He goes better, but not as good as Cale Thomas, 11.056. Lap 2 for Cale is up into the 10-second bracket, 10.945. Not enough for a track record, Dylan, but very, very close.
We are right there, and we are officially on track record watch now. First car into the 10.9s tonight, 10.927. Is the mark that Justin Peck has as the track record holder. So Cale Thomas just a couple hundredths off of that there at a 10.945, and Tyler Courtney at an 11.056.
Cale Thomas going to be sneaky good here tonight, I would have to think. He got a AFCS win earlier this year at Fremont Speedway on April 20th, as we are going to continue on here with qualifying.
2 5 cars rolling out onto the racetrack now. This is the Chase Briscoe Racing number 5B with the Shark, Carter Sarf, behind the wheel. He'll take the green flag. He's out of Mason City, Illinois. The Mahindra Tractors, Dorset Automotive, Ford Performance, Die-Edge machine. And behind him, the 5T from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, is the Sitgard Engine Oil Western Flyer Express 5T of Ryan Timms. First lap for Carter Sarf, 11:676. Third of the 3 cars to take time so far. Timms bumps him. He goes third at 11:485. Already out of 4. Checkered flag for Carter Sarf. Lap 2, he goes better, 11:367. And checkered flag here for Ryan Timms, better as well. So they both just swapped that third spot. 11:317 for Ryan Timms. He goes third. Carter Sarf, fourth of the 4 cars to qualify, and 11:367.
So Cale Thomas still fastest as we move on here. Next driver making his way onto the racetrack out of Lubbock, Texas. It's the High Plains Building Division Carbon Safety Technology. Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories Shop, truckparts.com. The number 1 is Brenham Crouch. He'll be joined by the driver out of Anaheim, California, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot number 16H of Jake Swanson. Jake Swanson in the 16H and Brenham Crouch in the number 1. Brenham was 8th here to USAC Midget in 2022. Comes in tonight 16th in the Midweek Money Series points. Lap number 1 is third quick, 11:094. 1:1094. Good lap for Brenham Crouch. Lap number 1 for Jake Swanson is an 11:804. 1:1804. Brenham Crouch on lap number 2 is better, up to second quick, 11:051. 1:1051. Lap number 2 for Jake Swanson is better, 11:504. 1:1504. Jake Swanson 6th and Brenham Crouch in 2nd.
Give these guys an extra lap here just to try and make the exit as safe as possible and prevent somebody from getting lugged down there in the infield and stuck down there for the remainder of the qualifying session. Next 2 cars hitting the speedway, and the first one on the clock, top of your screen on Flow, calls Sacramento, California home. It's the Running Boxer Farms Harris Distributing Company. Valvoline 101. This is Caleb Henry. And also on track from Evans City, Pennsylvania, the Superior Tank and Trailer Ravens trailer number 22 is Brandon Spithaler. First lap for Caleb Henry, 7th quick, 11:551. Spithaler goes across the line. He goes to the 6th spot, 11:470. Caleb Henry already coming out of turn number 4. Checkered flag on his qualifying run. He is a little slower, 11:576. First lap is better, 11:551. And Spithaler also slower on his second lap. 11:470, 6th for the 22 of Spithaler, and an 11:551, 8th for the 101 of Caleb Henry.
Spithaler white-walled the right rear there coming off of turn number 4 as he heads back to the pit area. Next 2 cars rolling onto the racetrack from Kokomo, Indiana. The Chuck Stick Swordsman Bars Town Line Variety Indy Race Parts High Performance Lubricants number 9P at Parker Price Miller. And also coming onto the racetrack out of Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia. The Mobile 1 Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83 of James McFadden. McFadden 83, Price Miller in 9P. Lap 1 for PPM is 4th quick, 11.250. 1:1250. Lap number 1 for James McFadden coming across the line right now, and it will be 7th quick, 11:406. And for PPM, he's better, 11:187. He stays in the 4th position. McFadden's first lap, 11:406. Lap number 2 looking for an improvement, and he will find it. 5th quick, 11.275. 1:1275. McFadden 5th, Price Miller in 4th.
Everybody still chasing Cale Thomas, 10:945. Only car into the 10-second bracket all night. Next car on the racetrack is the driver out of Valparaiso, Indiana, veteran pilot in the Team Volkswagen Audi Quick Time Car Wash All-Star Performance, number 13G. This is Van Gurley Jr. Winner at Butler, Michigan on May 1st, and Sterling Kling was not hustling, getting out of the push-off chute. And we'll go yellow here to get everybody spaced out. Sterling Kling, the other car on the speedway in this 34 car out of Tempe, Arizona. The All-Star Performance DRC Chassis Z-Max sponsored entry.
Sterling Kling with veteran crew chief Mikey Kemper on the wrenches, former World of Outlaws crew chief for Craig Kinzer for many years. Sterling's been doing a lot more wing racing here recently.
Yeah, he has.
Mikey Kemper, good guy to have behind him there.
So everybody will come to green here. And nice and spread out, half track apart here. Kling will be on the clock first. Bottom of your screen there into 1 and 2 right now. And here's the green flag for Van Gurley Jr. Kling through 3 and out of 4. His first lap will stop the watches at an 11:769. That's 11th of the 11 cars to take time so far, and Van Gurley will go right behind him in 12th, 12:777. Checkered flag for Sterling Kling, and he goes 11:769 again. So both of those laps 11th quick, and Van Gurley goes better on his second lap, but still 12th, 12:491. So 11th and 12th for both of those cars.
Next two rolling onto the speedway now. They are led out by the driver out of Lemoore, California, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks number 16, Tia Colmacedo. And the most recent winner with Kubota Highland Racing rolling onto the racetrack as well. Out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the GroupBid.com, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs number 19. It's Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19, Colmacedo in the 16T. Marks in his Kokomo Speedway debut tonight. First lap for Colmacedo, 7th quick, 11.337, 11337. Lap 1 for Brent Marks is going to be 12th quick, 11.588, 11588. Lap 2 for Colmacedo is 5th quick, 11.212, 11212. Lap number 2 for Brent Marks. He's better now, 7th quick, 11.302. Brent Marks, 7th quick, Colmacedo in 5th.
Cole gets around this racetrack really well. He was in the hunt last year.
Finished 5th, I think, right?
Yeah, and was higher up than that at one point. I think he was up to 3rd at one point in the Tarleton car, battling with Larson and Justin Peck, and Corey Day was in there too. He's had a 4th and a 5th place finish here in his 2 wing starts, so he'll be one to watch tonight. Zeb Wise is onto the gas through 3 and out of 4, and he'll take the green flag for his qualifying run. He's out of Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration Ford Performance Sage Fruit number 26. And also on the speedway from Sutter, California, the East Mountain Transport Parts Authority Helps Turf Farms 24S is Logan Seavey. Lap number 1 for Zeb Wise is 10th quick, 11.378. 11378. Here's the first lap for Logan Seavey. Down the list a little bit, 14th and an 11.592. Checkered flag for Zeb Wise, better. He goes to 9th, 11.357. And here's the USAC Midget and Silver Crown champ from a year ago. His second lap is also better, 13th, 11.545 for Logan Seavey, 13th, and 9th quick for Zeb Wise at a 11.357.
Two guys that know each other very well rolling onto the racetrack now. Out of Minden, Nevada, now living in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Precision Cut Industries, Maxima Raciol, Hall Vodka. Number 88, it's Tanner Thorson. And also on the racetrack from St. Helena, California, it is the Rico Abreu, Curvagaginian Racing, Messina Valley Transportation, El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, Pacific Boring, Arc Zone, number 24, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in 24, Tanner Thorson in 88. Lap 1 for Thorson is going to be 15th quick, 11.644, 11644. Rico on lap 1. He is 9th quick, 11.344, 11344. Lap 2 for Tanner Thorson is going to be 12th quick, 11.452, 11452. And for Rico, he is now 6th quick, 11.234, 11234. Rico Abreu 6th and Tanner Thorson in 12th.
Sun's starting to peek out here and work on this racetrack a little bit more. Still a little bit of speed left in it. Macedo and Abreu have gone out a little bit late here in this Flight A group of cars, but Cale Thomas was the second car out, and he's fastest right now. Still the only one in the 10-second bracket. Liston, Indiana's Jimmy Light is onto the racetrack and on the clock. It's the Horsepower Inc., Pennick Insurance, Donna's Pool Service, number 23L. And also on the speedway in car number 6, from Fairmount, Indiana, the TI-22 Performance Walker's Performance Ear Protection Machine is Brandon Wimmer. First lap for Jimmy Light is 19th at a 15.045. Brandon Wimmer goes 10th quick on his first lap, 11.341. And checker flag already waving. Jimmy Light, 12.476, better on his second lap. Lap 2 for Brandon Wimmer, better, 8th quick, 11.285. So 2 nice laps there from Brandon Wimmer. He goes to the 8th spot.
Jimmy Light, been here a time or two at Kokomo, taking the infield route there.
Yep, veteran move. And it can be done.
It sure can. The final driver in Flight A making his way onto the racetrack right now. He is out of Elk Grove, California. It's the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Focus Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group, number 57. Here is Young Money Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. Larson, USAC Midget winner here back in 2012. on the clock right now. Last year here at this race was second in the feature. Lap 1 is going to be 13th quick at 11.387. 11387. Larson enters tonight 15th in midweek money series point standings, tries the bottom in 3 and 4, and it is actually going to be better. No, it's going to slow down to 11.625. He'll stay with the first lap of 11.387. He is 13th quick out of the 21 cars, and that's going to do it for Flight A. Your fastest driver, only one in the 10-second bracket, driving car number 23, Cale Thomas, fastest in Flight A, 10.945. Brenham Crouch, Tyler Courtney, Parker Price Miller, and Cole Macedo, the top 5.
And I like Cale Thomas's chances for that lap to stick for overall quick time tonight. We'll see with the 21 more cars to go. First onto the racetrack is the racer out of Enumclaw, Washington, the Brumos Collection Factory Kane Shocks Kane screen print. Number 9 is Casey Kane. And behind him from Plymouth, Indiana, the Islander Inn, Premier Planning, Deschler Lanes, number 4 is Zane DeVault. Here's Casey Kane, top of your screen on Flow, 11.886, his first lap time. Zane DeVault behind him goes better, 11.678. So the first 2 cars here in qualifying Flight B completing their runs. Checkered flag for Casey Kane, slows down a touch, 11.893. First lap better in 11.886. And Zane DeVault improves on his lap to an 11.585.
So Kevin Newton was supposed to be the first car out in this second flight. Did not see him there. Now he's coming. You're allowed to miss 2 groups of cars in your qualifying order before you are penalized. It's okay. Kevin Newton should be fine here as he rolls onto the racetrack. The driver out of Terre Haute, Indiana, driving the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot number 16 TH, and also rolling onto the Speedway out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. That is the Gibbsville Cheese, Scott Thiel Builders, Professional Plating, Diamond Pools, Ludwig and Sons Trucking number 73 of Scotty Thiel. Scotty Thiel in 73 and Kevin Newton at 16 TH. Kevin Newton, a 3:05 sprint car winner here last year. Lap number 1 for Newton is at 12.232, 12322. And the first lap for Scotty Thiel, now he's third quick at 11.915, 11915. Kevin Newton right up against the cushion off of turn number 4, and he will go better, 11.947. Lap 2 for Scotty Thiel is going to slow down to a 12.305. He'll take the first one at 11.915. He is third quick, and Kevin Newton is 4th.
Next 2 cars coming out of the push chute off the exit of turn number 2. And the first car out will be the inaugural winner with the High Limit Sprint Car Series back in 2022 at the Lincoln Park Speedway. At Penn Grove, California, green flag for Michael Buddy Kofoid, the TRD Roth Enterprises HR Livestock Transportation 83 Junior. Also on the racetrack from Adrian, Michigan, the Poor Racing Slusarsky Excavating Town Line Variety number 7N is Darren Nida. Lap 1 for Buddy Kofoid, quick time in Flight B, 11.363. Darren Nida goes third quick, an 11.860. Kofoid already out of turn number 4. Checker flag better on his second lap. Good one, an 11.191. So he lowers the mark for the Group B cars, and Darren Nida goes better as well. He's up to second quick, 11.548. So for now first and second here in Flight B, Kofoid at an 11.191, and Darren Nida second at an 11.548.
Next 2 cars getting pushed off from the pit area onto the racetrack, led out by the driver out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. It's the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, Weinbrenner Motor Service, Lawrence's Body Shop number 1A, Jacob Allen. And also on the racetrack, the current points leader with the Midweek Money Series out of Clovis, California. It's the Driven to Save Lives, Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SinCal, number 14, Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14, Jacob Allen in the 1A. Lap 1 for Jacob Allen. He's going to be 4th quick at 11.614, 11614. Lap 1 for Corey Day. He is 5th quick, 11.678, 11678. Jacob steps up to the high side off of turn number 4. He will go slower, 11.694. Lap number 2 for Corey Day is now 2nd quick, 11.452, 11452. 2nd quick for Corey Day, and 5th quick for Jacob Allen.
Try getting tricky both ends, long way around 3 and 4, and Corey Day kind of tripped up on the top over there in 1 and 2. Looks like it kind of ramps up there in the center of the corner at that end of the racetrack. So these guys, these later cars here in Flight B, gonna have to nail it perfectly. And first car out in this next duo is Dylan Norris from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the SCC Trucking, philpools.com, Polk Brothers Racing, number 17. And behind him from Leduc, Alberta, Canada, in car number 99, it's Skylar G, the Logan Fitton Racing Warrior Building, Development, and Excavating car. First lap for Dylan Norris is 9th quick, 12.569. Skylar G goes 6th quick in 11.791. Checkered flag out for Dylan Norris, 12.462. That's better, but still 10th quick. And checkered flag for Skylar G. He also goes better, but still 6th fastest, 11.693. 6th for Skylar G and 10th for Dylan Norris.
A pair of guys that have got a few wins around the Kokomo Speedway, rolling onto the racetrack now. Led out by the driver out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Dahmer Powertrain, Telstar Technologies, Fatheads Eyewear, Maxima Oil, Hobson family, number 21H, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. And also rolling onto the racetrack as well out of Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Zip Bonds, Logan Contractor Supply, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, number 55. It's Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the 55 and Brady Bacon in 21H. Lap number 1 for Brady Bacon is going to be 7th quick, 11.814, 11814. Lap number 1 for Chris Wyndham is 11th quick, 12.133, 12133. Lap 2 for Bacon, nearly steps over the cushion there. He's going to slow down to an 11.854. Wyndham tries the bottom off of turn number 4, and it will improve to a 9th place effort, 11.887, 11887. He is 9th, and Brady Bacon in 7th.
Wyndham, a former track champion here in the Sunday night weekly sprint car program, all the way back in 2010. Next driver on the speedway is also a former track champion here. That came in 2016. Coleman, Alabama's Kevin Thomas Jr. is aboard the Indy Race Parts Charlie Garrett Racing Engines Inferno Armor number 71. And also on track from Republic, Ohio, and the Amalie Oil Ohio Logistics Moon and Dagger Tattoo 2MD, it's Cap Henry. Here's KTJ, first lap in the Indy Race Parts 71 is 11th quick and 11.916. Cap Henry comes across the line to stop the clocks on his first lap at an 11.957, 13th quick. Checkered flag for Kevin Thomas Jr. slows down, 12.099. He'll take his first lap at an 11.916. And Cap Henry goes better. He goes to 10th quick on his second lap, an 11.901. 10th for Cap Henry, and Kevin Thomas Jr. 12th at an 11.916.
Rolling trackside now from Sykeston, Missouri, the Shitty Coolers, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Smoker's Choice Cigar Bar, Fatco, Bird Enterprises, IPC number 19H. Here is Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 19H, and also joining him at 11 in Indiana, the True Timber Camo, Nice Crete and Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, philpools.com. Number 5, it's Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in car number 5, Hunter Schurenberg in the 19H. Schurenberg, the driver that has maybe one of the greatest YouTube videos of all time involving him in Kokomo Speedway. 10th quick, 11.892. Spencer Baston, 7th quick on lap 1, 11.799. Lap 2 for Schurenberg off of turn number 4 is going to be better. 9th quick, 11.841. And for Baston on lap number 2, he is going to be a little bit slower, 11.820. Hunter Schurenberg 9th and Spencer Baston in 7th. And Dylan, I'm sure you know what video I'm talking about with Schurenberg, one of the greatest drives of all time.
Oh, I do. I do know what video you're talking about now.
4 in the fluff.
That was vintage, old school Kokomo back in the day for 100%. Next driver knows how to get around this racetrack pretty well. Track record holder and winner here last year with High Limit Sprint Car Series competition. Out of Monrovia, Indiana, it's the Avanti Windows and Doors, CoastalRaceParts.com, Big Spring Car Wash. Number 13 is Justin Peck. And also on the racetrack from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts 49, it's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Lap number 1 for Justin Peck, 3rd quick, an 11.474. Still a ways to go to Buddy Kofoid's time. Brad Sweet, 7th quick, an 11.671. See what Peck's got on lap 2. He got to 2nd, but not quite enough. 11.366. P2 for Justin Peck. Brad Sweet on his 2nd lap, also better. He goes to 5th and an 11.584. So 2 good laps there. Justin Peck, 2nd quick, 11.366, and Brad Sweet 5th and an 11.584.
3 cars left to time in here in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next two onto the racetrack. Out of Franklin, Indiana, the holiday installation, WCI, Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports, IPC Z-Max number 27, it's Emerson Axum. And also onto the racetrack, out of Northport, Florida, the RV Locks and More, Global Link, Schaefer's Oil Shop, D3.com, number 24D, Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D and Emerson Axum in the 27. Axum off of turn number 4 for lap number 1. He is going to be 18th quick at a 11.993. Lap number 1 for Danny Sams, 8th quick, 11.623. Sams enters the night 13th in World of Outlaws point standings. Lap number 2 for Axum is 16th at 11.911. Lap 2 for Danny Sams is going to be a little bit slower, 11.725. Still 8th quick for the 24D and in 16th for the 27 of Emerson Axum.
Final scheduled car to qualify, both in Flight B and overall, working on the Speedway, and he'll have the racetrack all to himself. Out of Visalia, California, in the Commercial Edge NDT New Direction Trainsport B&L Holdings car 8, here's Corey Eliason. Aiming for Buddy Kofoid's at 11.191 here in Flight B. I love single car qualifying here. You can really hear these guys working the throttle, trying to finesse it around this racetrack. Lap 1 for Eliason, not bad, 10th quick, an 11.716. His best effort here was 7th in 2021 with the All-Stars. Out of 4, checkered flag for Eliason, and on qualifying, better, 3rd quick, nice lap, 11.414. So Eliason pulls one out of the hat there at the very end. 3rd quickest, 11.414, but not good enough to top Buddy Kofoid's time here in Flight B, 11.191.
And no one able to top the time of your fastest qualifier in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying tonight. The driver out of Fairland, Indiana, his first high limit racing appearance this year is Cale Thomas. 10.945, 18 one-thousandths of a second off of the track record as he got around this place in really, really good fashion. You could tell just by how much different the racetrack was when he went out. Cushion is on the wall now. It was nowhere near it there early on, and that definitely paid dividends for Cale Thomas as he will get his first career High Limit Racing Quick Time Award for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Cale Thomas, 10.945. And in that last group, it was Buddy Kofoid, Justin Peck, Corey Elias, Corey Day, and Darren Nida was the top 5 overall in Flight B. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on FloRacing. When we come back, it is opening ceremonies time here at Kokomo Speedway for the Avanti Windows and Doors Midweek Mayhem.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
We are back here in Kokomo, Indiana at Indiana's baddest bull ring. Kokomo Speedway just wrapped up with Dirt Draft Hot Laps and Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Chase Rodman alongside of Dylan Welch. A little bit of track work going on here on the Speedway before we get into opening ceremonies. And Dylan, this is one of those rare tracks where just about everything that hits the racetrack is exciting to watch. As you mentioned, single car qualifying is exciting. We saw it there. I mean, we had 2 cars at the time most of the way through qualifying, but even that was exciting right up against the wall. The heat races are always good here. The fans certainly get their money's worth at this place.
I mean, I've seen Bomber and Hornet races here that have had people up out of their seats hooting and hollering and clapping. So this place always delivers. As we said, Reese and Jared O'Connor do such a great job here with getting this racetrack in tip-top shape no matter what is on the racing surface. They manicure it all night long, and one of the things we always like about it too is it usually is pretty good throughout the entire night. It's not like we have to wait and build up to it in the feature. Usually they've got it pretty good from time we're on the racetrack for hot laps, and when you're scraping the wall off after qualifying, I think that's always a good sign too.
Absolutely is. We talked about how good the racing is here at Kokomo. Doesn't matter if it's a wing car, non-wing car, midget, Hornet, street stock, 4-banger, it don't matter. Well, one of those really good races happened right here last year with High Limit Racing when Justin Peck got the victory. He was the Durst Dice Roll driver. He made some extra money for a race fan, but it did not come easy. A fierce battle ensued between himself, Kyle Larson, Corey Day, Cole Macedo. Take a look at the highlights from 2023.
RPMs rise, throttle drops, green flag at Kokomo.
Kyle Larson immediately to the bottom side of the racetrack. Corey Day grabs the cushion, will lead down the back straightaway as they fan out into turns 3 and 4. Larson tight on the cushion. Lap 1 goes to Corey Day as we got trouble in turn 3.
Big pileup, 3, 4, 5 cars involved, and one just did a Tommy tip over. Back to green we go at Kokomo. Skims the infield, uses all the racetrack to clear Kyle Larson for the race lead. Day goes back to the top side right away through 3 and 4. That's the place to be at that end. Corey Day leads lap 1. Lap traffic already coming into play for the race leader, Corey Day. How will he handle this? Larson's so good through lap traffic. Day's got to pick his poison perfectly.
Oh, what a round in turn 2.
Yeah, spin right in front of the leaders here. Dylan Norris bring us back to green. Larson trying to get going in a hurry on the high side as Day slides up to the curve, hits that ledge. Here's the battle for the lead. Larson able to capitalize, goes to the bottom. Day does the Kokomo diamond move, drag race to the line at the strike. Give Larson that one by just a nose.
Day tries to get back up to the top, but Larson rips around the outside. Move Young Money to the point. Here comes Justin Peck for second. Peck to the bottom, slider on Corey Day. Corey Day back in front, or back to the second position.
Cole Macedo is on the move. He just disposed of Kevin Thomas Jr. and is up to the 4th spot.
Emerson Axum now, the first lap car on the top side of the racetrack. Larson's going to have to figure out which way to go as Day goes to the bottom, gets trapped. That's behind J.J. Hickle. Here comes Justin Peck for second.
Peck was able to find a hole and slip through the cracks there. Day tries to turn back down the hill, but Peck may have just enough momentum, and he may trap Day on the bottom here. Corey gets stuck behind the lap car of J.J. Hickle. Justin Peck around his outside to the 2nd spot with his sight set on the race leader, Kyle Larson. We've got 18 to go right here. Peck is close. All it's going to take is a mistake from Larson, and Peck will be right there, and he closes off 4.
Yeah, Larson now caught up behind Anthony Macri. Macri committed to the top. Larson banks the cushion. Peck to the bottom. Off of corner number 2, it's still Kyle Larson, but Justin Peck's right there.
Cole Macedo watching and waiting. He is closing in on Kyle Larson on the high side and Justin Peck on the bottom groove as they all funnel off of turn number 4. Top 3 nearly nose to tail as they rim ride through 1 and 2.
Vintage lap traffic action at Kokomo Speedway. Kyle Larson still trying to get around Anthony Macri. Here comes Justin Peck. He's right up to the tail take this time into 1.
Where does he go? The lap cars to the bottom. He's got to wait for Larson to make a mistake on the treacherous top side of turns 1 and 2. Now Larson goes to the bottom, jams it in on the low side of Anthony Macri. He slides up to the cushion, kills a little momentum, but Peck is there, but not able to capitalize.
Yeah, Kyle quickly gets back to the top of turn 2. He jumps the cushion a little bit. Peck loses some ground as well, as now Young Money trapped behind the lap car here. That is Veal there in the 17 AU.
And here's Peck. He got to the left rear. Now Larson and go to the bottom and try and slide Jamie Veal and dispose of Anthony Macri. He jumps the cushion, hits the wall. Here's Peck to the inside. Change for the lead. Justin Peck to the top spot as we come to 9 laps to go.
Justin Peck says thank you very much. Kyle Larson now quickly off into attack mode into turn 1 and 2. Slider inbound. Justin Peck gets the momentum off corner 2. He's your new leader.
And that may be what he needs. You just need to get a gap sometimes, and as hard as it is to be perfect, Peck with clean air and the decision-making prowess to decide where he wants to go, that may be all the advantage he needs. Oh, he bobbles off 2. Just as we say that, Larson is not close enough to challenge, but he closes in again.
Coming down to 7 laps to go. It's Justin Peck, Kyle Larson, then a little ways back to Corey Day, but the battle for the lead is where it's at here in Indiana's baddest bull ring as Kyle Larson tries to rally the 57 to get to the tail tank of Peck.
Different approaches through 1 and off of turn 2 for both of the leaders. Peck is kind of trying to point it down the hill and miss the ledge. Larson's trying to cheat it now and slide up to it and get the car pointed that direction. It worked better for Peck right there. 5 laps to go this time by.
Peck a little squirrely off of turn 4. Larson to the outside of the lapper. That's Chase Randall. He'll go through the middle. Battle for the lead. Kyle Larson can't get it done there as Peck pulls away down the back straightaway.
They race down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. White flag going to be out this time by for Justin Peck.
Justin Peck leads at the white flag. Larson second. Rico Abreu from 7 to 3rd. He's looking for more as they go down the back straightaway for the final time.
Peck's got to be perfect. Larson going to go to the bottom just to try something, but it's not going to be enough. Justin Peck, welcome back to victory lane. He wins the High Limit Sprint Car Series feature event at Kokomo. Kyle Larson second.
We are back here at Kokomo Speedway. There was the highlights from 2023, an absolutely fantastic main event there here for a nice payday for Justin Peck. It's a big night for Justin Peck. He is the track record holder here. He's the most recent winner here, and he's also the DJ of the night. The music you hear throughout the night will be right from his High Roller playlist. And Dylan, I'm getting more and more excited. I get excited for every event, but a place like this, you just know what it can produce, and really can't wait for these guys to get on the racetrack here.
No, I have had a request already for an adjustment to the music selection because I was told, that you're the one that curates these playlists, and I was told that there's some music on there that folks may be interested in listening to, and our friends over at the Frolic Bar and Grill, who many of you know here, who, by the way, are now sponsored. We've seen the Shitty Coolers logo on Hunter Schoenberg's car. The Frolic Bar and Grill is also now a proud sponsor-e of Shitty Coolers. The Frolic guys said no rap tonight, so I don't know if we're gonna disappoint them or not.
We're gonna have to cancel. We're gonna have to cancel everything.
We may disappoint you guys. Sorry about that.
It's definitely going to be very disappointing for the Frolic Bar and Grill if they don't like rap.
It's ladies' night tonight at the Frolic, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind as we are very, very close to getting underway here with opening ceremonies. Taking a look at these heat race lineups, there's a couple of guys that are in trouble. I want to mention this while it's still quiet. 8 laps will be the distance in each heat race. The top 5 will transfer to the feature. The winner and the fastest qualifier that finishes inside the top 5 will go to the dash. So if you're keeping track here, you got a piece of paper or your phone out at the racetrack, the 4 drivers you want to watch in each heat race, the fastest qualifier in each heat race, Cale Thomas in car number 23 in heat race 1, Brenham Crouch in car number 1, he'll be in heat race number 2, Buddy Kofoid in 83 Jr. in heat 3, and Justin Peck in 13 in heat race number 4. Those 4 drivers, the fastest qualifiers in that particular heat race, as long as they finish inside the top 5, they will be in the dash with that heat race winner.
Well, and look at this lineup at heat race number 1. We'll give it to you in a little bit more detail in a little while, but you got Courtney, Cole Macedo, McFadden, Cale Thomas, who's a quick-time overall qualifier, Brent Marks, and Zeb Wise all in the first 3 rows, and then Kyle Larson inside of row number 4, and he's got Logan Seavey behind him, who is, of course, no slouch. So Larson is in serious peril of missing the show out of the heat race in this very first heat race of the night. He's going to have to get with it and make some moves early if he wants to lock directly into the feature.
No doubt. Well, I believe we are ready to go downstairs for opening ceremonies here at the Avanti Windows and Doors Midweek Mayhem. For that, let's go downstairs and talk some more to Tony Laporta.
Thanks so much, Chase and Dylan. Kokomo Speedway, how are you guys feeling on this Monday night? All right, it is May in Indiana. It is one of the best times. You know what? It's not one of. It is the best time of the year. So let's try that again. Kokomo Speedway, how are you feeling tonight? All right, we're going to kick that up even a little bit more. Hey, how about this? The world famous Indianapolis 500 Gordon Pipers. Make some noise for them, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready to start with opening ceremonies here in just a moment. $20,000 on the line as we unofficially kick off the month of May here in Indiana. Dylan Welch already talked about it. Indianapolis 500 practice starting tomorrow morning. Weather permitting, Kyle Larson racing here tonight with Kubota High Limit Racing. And if you've been to the Indianapolis 500 and if you've been to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you know the Gordon Pipers. They're going to be at the Speedway all this coming month of May. And we're grateful to have them here. One more time, how about some noise for the Gordon Pipers? Before we get going here tonight, folks, Driven to Save Lives is a proud partner of Kubota High Limit Racing. I would like to welcome Corey Wood over here to talk to us for just a moment. Corey representing Driven to Save Lives tonight. Corey, a very unique relationship you have with Driven to Save Lives. Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with the organization?
14 years ago, I was diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, and I got the call on November 22nd, 2016. And I've had nothing but good things, and I'm able to stand here tonight for that.
That call, of course, meaning you were receiving an organ donation, so clearly a very important and great thing that happened to you. So at the the risk of just kind of sounding simple here, what does Driven to Save Lives mean to you?
Driven to Save Lives is a great way to get the information out there. It's a great way to have fun at the track. I've grown up around Kokomo, so I've definitely grown up around here and been here, and it's a great way to let people know just exactly what they need to do, and it's a great organization.
Well, we really appreciate you being here, and I mean, it's such an amazing organization that's obviously helped you and a lot of people. How can folks learn more about Driven to Save Lives? How can they help the cause?
First, you can say yes to organ donation. Second, we have a booth out front. And then you can go to driventosavelives.org and sign up to be an organ donor, as well as go to the BMV and sign up there as well.
Corey Wood, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Corey Wood and Driven to Save Lives? So now at this time, we are ready to officially begin the night here. Race number 15 of the 2024 Kubota High Limit Racing season and round number 3 of the Midweek Money Series. So at this time, we ask all of those who are able to please rise and remove your caps as we begin tonight's opening ceremonies. First, we'd like to welcome from Racers for Christ, Norm Whitty, as he leads us in tonight's invocation.
Father God, we thank you for this day and all of the fans who join us. We ask for safe travels when we depart tonight. We thank you, Lord, for all the track officials, both local and with High Limit, for all the hard work they have done so we can enjoy the race. We lift up our military and all who have served, which allows us to be freely gathered here tonight. We ask for your comfort for all those who have lost life and property over the past several weeks from storms that have affected so many. Finally, Lord, we ask that we have a safe, fun, and competitive race. All this we ask in Jesus' name, and all God's people said, amen.
Thank you, Norm. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please remain standing as we honor America with the performance of tonight's national anthem. Here to perform tonight's national anthem, please welcome the world-famous Indianapolis 500, Gordon Pipers. One more time, a round of applause for the Gordon Pipers, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't know about you folks, but that gives me some goosebumps. It is May in Indiana. It is race number 15 of 2024. It's time for the midweek Money Mayhem at Kokomo, and it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
We got them stacked and we got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. It is heat race time at Kokomo. The first one brought to you by the guys at TJ Forge Wheels, which was started by Taylor TJ Weld to build the best no compromises forged wheels for high performance motorsports. We only build forged aluminum wheels using proprietary tooling and exclusive manufacturing processes that clearly elevate our wheels above the competition. Product quality, product safety, and exceptional customer service is what we do. We lead where others follow. Don't settle for close enough. Here's the lineup for heat race number 1 on the pole out of Indianapolis, Indiana. The NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC of Tyler Courtney. Outside of him, and of Lemoore, California, the Auto-State Roofing, Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks, number 16 Tia Cole Macedo. Row 2 on the inside out of Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Mobile 1, Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83 of James McFadden. And outside of him, your fast qualifier tonight out of Fairland, Indiana, the Spanky's Pizza, Shellick's Bar and Grill, Ingrid Machine and Tool, Napa of Bryan, Ohio, Automatic Fire Protection, number 23 Cale Thomas. Row 3 on the inside, the most recent winner with the series out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it's Brent Marks. And outside of him from Angola, Indiana, that's the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Redeem Foundation, number 26 of Zeb Wise. Row 4 on the inside out of Elk Grove, California, the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HenderCars.com, Vulcans Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JVI Group, number 57, it's Kyle Larson. And outside of him, from Evans City, Pennsylvania, the Superior Tank and Trailer, Ravens Trailer, Tony Burke Trucking, 27 Manufacturing, Advanced Auto Parts of Harmony, Pennsylvania, number 22, Brandon Spithauler. Row number 5 on the inside from Sutter, California, it's the East Mountain Transport Parts Authority, Heltz Turf Farms, MPV Express, the Hayloft, number 24S of Logan Seavey. And outside of him from Tempe, Arizona, the All-Star Performance, DRC Chassis, Z-Max, number 34 of Sterling Kling. Your final starter in this one out of Valparaiso, Indiana, the Team Volkswagen Audi, QuickTime Car Wash, TI-22, the All-Star Performance, Claxton Engines, number 13V. It's Van Gurley Jr. And for the first time tonight, we get to listen in to Justin Peck's High Roller playlist. You'll be hearing this music during the heat races, the C main, the B main, and the dash. Here's the first one.
Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, cause that's your birthday. You'll find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill the bub.
50 Cent to start us off. Dylan.
Well, a happy birthday if anybody in the crowd is celebrating a birthday.
Absolutely. It's your birthday tonight. That one was for you as the cars make their way onto the racetrack. They did put a little bit of water down prior to heat races getting onto the racetrack, so cars are slowly pacing around, now kind of buzzing the race surface in just a little bit to make sure that it's not too greasy out there before we turn them loose. See if Cale Thomas can keep his good night going here. Dylan starts back in the 4th position, and probably the story in this one, Kyle Larson starting back in the 7th position. And you look at the drivers ahead of him, this is going to be a tough road ahead for him to try and make the feature out of the heat race.
Yeah, I mean, it would be impressive, honestly, if he was able to get by both, I guess, Marks and Zeb Wise would maybe be the first 2 most logical targets as they start the row in front of him. But the starts and restarts, and we see it a lot, not just here tonight, but in these wing cars, the starts and restarts are so important before everybody really gets up and gets going. So I think we can expect Kyle to be aggressive here to just try and get himself in as good of a position as possible to maybe capitalize on somebody else's misfortune later.
We'll see if he can make it happen. Tyler Courtney up on the front row next to Cole Macedo. Macedo, we mentioned it during his qualifying run, top 5 here last year at Kokomo, and also has a top 5 against the Outlaws, I believe it was. Maybe it was the All-Stars. Let me double check my notes here. It was the All-Stars. He was 4th here in 2021. Currently 13th in the Midweek Money Series point standings. Him, Kevin Newton, Cap Henry are 3 full-time Midweek Money Series drivers. Like I said, Cole comes in 13th in the point standings. He has 2 wins this year with the King of the West NARGA Sprint cars out on the West Coast. Ran 5th with them on Saturday night at the Antioch Speedway in California.
So one good thing, too, for Larson, I think, on this start is because of the water that was put down on the racetrack and kind of where the grip is right now, it's kind of dirtied up this middle to outside lane. So the inside may be kind of the favored position here in these early laps of this heat race before the top and middle can get cleaned off. So Kyle's on the inside of row 4, so that's one good thing for him. But it won't take long for these upper grooves to get ran in either. Just need a couple guys up there to rip a couple laps.
One guy to watch for tonight, the most recent winner with the series, is Brent Marks. He has never been to Kokomo Speedway before in that M&M Painting In Construction number 19 car. Picked up the win 2 nights ago at Tri-City Speedway, Granite City, Illinois. A win worth $14,500. He got the bonus money from the Durst Dice Roll for winning the race from that 5th position. Got a fan $2,500 as well in the process. Lights are out on top of the HendrickCars.com pace truck. We're coming to green this time by in heat race number 1, which is brought to you by TJ Forged Wheels. Here we go into turns 3 and 4. Top 5 will transfer. Winner and fastest qualifier going to the dash. And James McFadden is already fueling it off at turn number 4 as they work into turn number 1 for the first time.
Courtney washes up and leaves the bottom there for McFadden down the back straightaways. They work into turn number 3. Battle for the lead off 4. Macedo going to lead lap 1 over Courtney and J-Mac.
Cole Macedo having a breakout year in 2024, and it may continue here tonight at Kokomo Speedway. But now here comes Sunshine to the inside, throws a slider at the 16T car. Down off at turn number 4, across the line. Sunshine leads lap number 2. Cole Macedo back to the inside. Sunshine now has that dash position. Macedo back to 2nd. Then it's McFadden, Wise, in the battle for 5th right now.
Larson had the 5th spot. Cale Thomas able to take it back, but they're racing hard for that final transfer spot. They've gotten around Brent Marks. Larson to the bottom here, slides or tries to up across. Cale Thomas wheels him, turns him into the wall, and Larson barrel rolls down the backstretch.
Upside down, landing on all 4 wheels. Kyle Larson battling with tonight's fast time qualifier, Cale Thomas. They get together. Larson does a couple of barrel rolls there. Cale Thomas comes to a stop as well, racing for that last transfer spot.
And Cale Thomas definitely with the smaller amount of damage on that, but still pretty significant contact. And they'll need the hook and more for Larson, as it looks like he may be climbing out.
Looking at Cale Thomas's car here on our FloRacing shot. We'll see if that car can roll back to the work area. From here, it doesn't look that bad. There's Kyle Larson. He is out of the car and standing under his own power. Takes the helmet off down there and is inspecting the damage to the Silver Motorsports number 57. And Larson is going to have a lot of work ahead of him here tonight, Dylan. And Tony, are you down there?
Yeah, I am. Kyle, first of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
What'd you see?
Just racing hard for a transfer, and I put myself in a hole, so trying to race hard, and just ran ourselves out of space there. So probably my fault, but just goes back to qualifying, so I suck.
Yeah, you took a quick look at this thing when you got out of the car. Have you been able to assess anything besides wing damage?
No, I'm sure it's not in good shape, and either way we'll start last in the B probably, so not good.
All right, that's Kyle Larson. He is up and okay. We're going to go try and check on Cale Thomas right now, guys.
Thank you very much for that, Tony. Kyle Larson saying that he sucks. I don't know how many people would say that is correct. We'll take a look at a replay in just a moment here on FloRacing. Racing for the 5th position. Cale threw a slider in 3 and 4, and Kyle went to kind of return the favor. There was kind of a slower slider on the entry, and then he came up pretty abruptly there towards the end to try and cut off the 23 of Cale Thomas, and they kind of meet in the middle there, and wow, quite the ride there for Kyle.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, just on first look. It kind of looked like Cale wasn't really sure if Kyle was going to come all the way up or leave him a lane, and they, like you said, just kind of met in the middle there. So Cale Thomas going to go off on the hook, and they'll try to at least get what they can repaired on his race car. Tough break for both those guys. Obviously, Larson, like you said, now with a lot of work to do, but Cale Thomas had a great night going and was in position to, if he wasn't going to transfer, at least be at the front of a B main and still be able to kind of salvage his night. So with them going back to the work area, if they can get that fix, he may still be able to come out here and do some damage, but that remains to be seen, Tony.
Yeah, just stuck my head, and Cale Thomas has elected to stay inside the cage of that number 23. Asked him if he's okay. He said yes. And then I think he asked me if he gets his qualifying time back. Couldn't totally understand what he was asking for there, but the front axle shifting side to side. So quite a bit of damage to the front end of that number 23 car, but he was able to tell us that he felt okay.
And Dylan, this is going to really switch things up as far as the dash cars go. With Cale Thomas being eliminated, that will now make it to where the first and second place finishers in this heat race will go to the dash. Right now, first place driver is Tyler Courtney. Second place driver at this point in time is Cole Macedo. We talked about Cole Macedo earlier on. He's ran the top 5 in both of his wing sprint car races here. Ran 4th with the All-Stars in 2021. That 4th place finish, Dylan, came after starting in 24th position. So Cole knows his way around this place pretty well.
Yeah, he's having a great year in that Kevin Newton number 16 car there, working through 3 and 4. He's been in a lot of different cars the last couple of years too. Of course, races out in California a lot. But here in the Midwest, the last couple of years, he's kind of bounced around between some different cars and seems to have found a home here with this Kevin Newton group, obviously for the Midweek Money Series races, and he makes it go fast. Makes anything go fast here at Kokomo, but he's really done a nice job so far this year in this car.
I'm curious to see, because we'll see if the drivers that are on the track now know who just got knocked out, because James McFadden restarts in the 3rd position in this one. As long as he can get by Cole Macedo for 2nd, he will be in the dash spot. So obviously you want to go forward as much as you possibly can in a heat race, but now McFadden, if he does know that Cale Thomas got knocked out of this one, he doesn't need to win this heat race. He can run 2nd. We'll see if he's running pretty hard here after the green flag comes back out.
Yeah, that's a good point, that a lot of these guys sometimes are going for broke kind of for the win, because that's the only way they can get in the dash, but you don't need that here if you are somebody like McFadden. 2nd will get the job done. So that'll be a good battle to watch up in front between the top 3, and Zeb Wise as well has moved from 6th to 4th.
Brent Marks is in the final transfer position right now, and behind him is the number 24S of Logan Seavey. Marks, we mentioned it a few times tonight, making his Kokomo Speedway debut, the only driver of the 16 full-time high rollers that has not been to Kokomo in the past. And he's trying to put her in the show straight out of the heat race. And Brent Marks, him and Brad Sweet, only 2 drivers in all 14 races so far this year to be inside the top 10. It's going to be a tough ask for him tonight.
And it doesn't look like Cale Thomas is going to make it back out, so he'll head to the B main. We'll come back to green with Tyler Courtney out front.
Green flag back in the air. Cole Macedo in the 2nd position as Zeb Wise looks underneath at James McFadden. Wise washes up the racetrack, might open up the inside to Brent Marks. Marks looks underneath into turn number 3 as they work off a 4. Wise still has a spot. Here's the race for the transfer spot to the dash. The 2nd place position, James McFadden all over Cole Macedo as they work down the back straightaway.
And McFadden had a good look through 3 and 4 last time, but Macedo able to gap him. They are both struggling a little bit through 3 and 4. That gap closes back in. McFadden is right there. Tyler Courtney's away with the lead, but this is the best battle on the racetrack for the last spot in the dash.
Zeb Wise trying to get involved as well. McFadden gets to the left rear of Cole Macedo, but he has momentum down the front straightaway to maintain the 2nd position. Don't worry about your race leader, Tyler Courtney. He's checked out nearly a full straightaway lead over the 2nd place cars. The white flag comes out in TJ Ford's heat race number 1.
Zeb Wise hit a hole on entry of turn number 3 and through the front nose, nearly into the wall. Everybody amongst the top 5 pretty safe. Brent Marks has the final transfer spot for now.
Checkers out. Your winner of TJ Ford's heat race 1 is Tyler Courtney. 2nd and going to the dash is Cole Macedo. 3rd, James McFadden. 4th, Zeb Wise. And 5th goes to Brent Marks. Your results from TJ Ford's heat race number 1, winning the race and going to the dash is Tyler Courtney. Second and going to the dash is Cole Macedo. Third is James McFadden. Fourth, Zeb Wise. Fifth, Brent Marks. And then going to the B or the C, Brandon Spitaller, Sterling Kling, Van Gurley Jr., Cale Thomas, and Kyle Larson rounding out the field in the 10th position. As it looks like we will have Tyler Courtney come around turn number 4 and stop over on the front straightaway to talk to Tony Laporta. Tony, we'll send it down to you.
Thanks so much, Chase. Logan Seavey comes to a stop here on the front straightaway. Tyler Courtney takes the gloves, he'll pop the helmet. He did not get to run the high limit race here at Kokomo Speedway last year after a lingering back injury. Your car ran 4th, though. How does it feel tonight, Tyler?
It just feels good to be back at Kokomo Speedway. It's been a long time since I got to run here, and just happy that we finally get some wing racing here in Indiana and in front of a great crowd here at Kokomo. Thank you to the Connors and everyone at High Limit Racing for getting us back here. And our Monster Energy Drink, Elliot's Custom Trailer, Spire Motorsports car has been really good all night. I probably should have ran a little bit higher there in qualifying, but it put us in a good enough spot here for the heat. And we'll be in the dash. It'll be the first time we've been in the dash for a few races, so it's good to get back in that and try and pick up some money here on a Monday in Kokomo.
Second in the championship standings, that's Sunshine Tyler Courtney out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
DMI heat race number 2 is pushing onto the speedway. DMI racing components are built with the precision of skilled machinists and the common sense of winning racers. Located in the heart of central Pennsylvania, you can find us every week participating in the sport we love. You race, we race, let's race together. DMI heat race number 2 lines up this way. On the pole, the local boy from Kokomo. And the Chalk Sticks Torsion Bars, Town Line Variety, Indy Race Parts, number 9P. It's the law firm Parker Price Miller. On the outside of him, from St. Helena, California, in the Rico Abreu Curve Agajanian Racing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Pacific Boring, Arc Zone number 24 is Rico Abreu. Row 2 on the inside from Fairmount, Indiana, the TI-22 Performance, Walker's Performance, Ear Protection number 6 is Brandon Wimmer. On the outside from Lubbock, Texas, the High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technologies, Lubbock Record number 1 is Brenham Crouch. Row 3 on the inside from Oklahoma City in the Sitgard Engine Oil Western Flyer Express Hample Oil 5T is Ryan Timms. Outside of him from Mason City, Illinois, the Mahindra Tractors Dorset Automotive Ford Performance number 5B, the Shark Carter Sarf. Row 4 on the inside from Minden, Nevada, now living in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Smith Titanium Factory Cane Hall of Vodka number 88 is Tanner Thorson. Outside of him from Anaheim, California, the 16H, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot car is Jake Swanson. In the back row, row 5, inside from Sacramento, California, the Running Boxer Farms Harris Distributing Valvoline 101 is Caleb Henry. And in the back, starting 10th, from Liston, Indiana, the Horsepower Incorporated Pennick Insurance Donna's Pool Service number 23L is Jimmy Light. 8 laps, top 5 transfer to the feature. And here's some more from Justin Peck's High Roller playlist.
That is Jay-Z and Rihanna with Run This Town on Justin Peck's High Roller playlist. We can confirm, Dylan, due to the quick time for Cale Thomas in qualifying, he will start on the pole of tonight's B main event.
So all hope not lost. Still a good opportunity for Cale to complete a good night here after a tough break. Those of you just joining us, heat race collision with Kyle Larson in heat race number 1.
Big moment here for Brenham Crouch. Has not made a dash so far this year. He was very close to the dash on Friday night at 34 Raceway in West Burlington, Iowa. Started in that all-important 4th position after a great qualifying effort. Got passed on the last corner by Garrett Williamson and moved him to the B main. So Brenham Crouch is the guy to watch for in this one. As long as he stays in the top 5, he will go to the dash with the heat race winner. Crouch does have a decent amount of experience here at Kokomo. 8th in a USAC Midget in 2022. All those appearances here at Kokomo coming in that midget. First time here with the wing on top.
And just like heat race number 1, some good cars starting a little deeper in the field, kind of outside of the transfer spot. Carter Sarf, talked about him, has been good so far this year in limited 410 wing sprint car starts. Tanner Thorson starts inside of row 4. Caleb Henry has been impressive so far here in the Midwest and limited starts. So Lots of movers coming from the back here potentially in DMI Heat Race 2. 8 laps, top 5 transfer to the feature, and we'll watch Brenham Crouch in 4th. If he can hang on to a dash spot. Green flag out. Parker Price Miller, Rico Abreu swap lanes in a battle for the lead through 1 and 2. Side by side down the back straightaway. Give it to Rico into turn 3.
And this format is so fun to watch. These guys know they have to get the win. If they do not start in that 4th position, Rico Abreu and Parker Price Miller going at it for the top spot. Brenham Crouch around the outside of Brandon Wimmer. He's into the 3rd position. Here comes PPM once again. Throws a Hail Mary at Rico, but comes up short.
They lost a lot of momentum, did Parker Price Miller there through that slide in 3 and 4. Rico Abreu starting to get away by about 20 car lengths. Crouch still runs 3rd, Brandon Wimmer 4th, and Ryan Timms is comfortable in that 5th spot. Now he rails around the outside of Wimmer and goes to 4th.
Brandon Wimmer back into the 5th spot, now to the inside, throws a slider. Ryan Timms gets back up to 4th. Timms underneath him down the back straightaway, and will take the 4th spot back away. This battling may allow Tanner Thorson to close back in the Ron Gross Motorsports number 88 car. Thorson 1 spot out of a transfer as Rico comes around this time by to 3 laps to go.
The battle for 4 still waging. Timms committed to the high side. Wimmer trying the middle to bottom. Doesn't work that time, but he stays with it. Timms bobbles on the cushion and gets sideways, gives that 4th spot back to Brandon Wimmer. So Timms on the bubble now with Tanner Thorson charging in the high lane.
And Thorson's on the move, breathing down his neck as they work back into turn number 1. The white flag next time by. If Thorson wants it, he's got to make a move quick. Here's the white for Rico Abreu. Parker Price Miller 2nd. Brenham Crouch 3rd. Brandon Wimmer in 4th. Timms sideways off of turn number 4 on the white flag lap, Dylan.
He's doing a tank slapper down the front stretch. It's brought Thorson closer out of 4. Rico Abreu going to get the heat race win. 2nd going to go to Parker Price Miller. 3rd to Brenham Crouch. 4th to Brandon Wimmer. 5th drag race to the line. Give it to Timms with the outside momentum, able to hang on and survive a couple of wild moments at both ends of the racetrack.
Good stuff there in DMI Heat Race number 2. It is dominated by the number 24, Rico Abreu. He will go to the dash. 2nd to the 9P of Parker Price Miller. 3rd and going to his 1st dash of the season is Brenham Crouch. 4th to the number 6 of Brandon Wimmer. And 5th to the 5T of Ryan Timms. Behind him going to the B or the C main, Tanner Thorson, Carter Sark, Jake Swanson, Caleb Henry, and Jimmy Light rounding out the field. Brenham Crouch looks like he will be the driver we talked to here in DMI Heat Race number 2. This kid has been getting better and better. Last year's IRA Sprint Car champion made a big jump going on a national tour with High Limit Racing. And it's been 14 races, Tony, but here on race 15 makes his 1st dash of the year.
Yeah, fresh off that IRA championship, the young man from Lubbock, Texas makes his 1st dash of 2024. Brenham Crouch, you kept your foot in it and you kept this number 1 in a dash spot. What's going through your head right now?
Yeah, you know, they're just obviously get a good start, and you're not racing any slouches here, so a good lap really doesn't mean much with these guys, and, you know, thankful enough for my guys at the trailer, Brad, Rizzy, Austin. They've done a really good job of getting me comfortable, and, you know, hard part's over, so now we just go have some fun, and it's super cool to see Kokomo packed for a wing race here, so hopefully we can put on a show.
Brenham Crouch wants to go focus on having a little bit of fun. Kokomo Speedway, send him back. You'll see him in the dash later tonight.
BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR Motorsports only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MSD Ignition, Kaiser Wheels, and XXX Chassis. To find out more, visit brmotorsports.com. Heat Race number 3 lineup is going to look like this. On the front row, inside from the pole, out of Visalia, California. That is the Commercial Edge NDT New Direction Transport, B&L Holdings, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Ridge Development number 8, Corey Eliason. Outside of him, from Adrian, Michigan, driving the Poor Racing, Susarski Excavating, Townline Variety, Ackland Insurance, Binks Motorsports number 7N, it's Darren Nida. Row 2 on the inside, from Plymouth, Indiana, the Islander Inn, Premier Planning, Deschler Lanes number 4, Zane DeVault. And outside of him, starting from the 4th position, it is the driver to Pengrove, California, the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile 1, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83, Junior of Buddy Kofoid. Row 3 on the inside, from Northport, Florida, the RV Locks and More, Global Link, Schaefer's Oil, ShopD3.com, number 24, Danny Sams III. And outside of him, from Lebanon, Indiana, True Timber Camo, Nice Crete Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com, number 5 is Spencer Baston. Row number 4 on the inside, from Sykeston, Missouri, the Shitty Coolers, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, Smoker's Choice Cigar Bar, Fatco, Bird Enterprises, IPC number 19H, Hunter Schurenberg. And outside of him, from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Zip Buns, Logan Contractor Supply, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete number 55, Chris Wyndham. Row 5 on the inside, from Frank Franklin, Indiana. It's the holiday installation WCI, Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports IPC Z-Max number 27, Emerson Axum. And outside of him from Coleman, Alabama, it's the Indy Race Parts Charlie Garrett Racing Engines Inferno Armor number 71 of Kevin Thomas Jr. Final starter in this one from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the SCC Trucking, PhilPools.com, Polk Brothers Racing, Dynatech Controls, number 17, Dylan Norris. Once again, we'll dial up Justin Peck's High Roller playlist.
Drinking dope, turn me to a superhero, hit that pill, turn me to a superhero, With my 90s, turn me to a superhero, Metro, if your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again,
That is Metro Boomin and Future with Superhero. Justin told me that one had to be on here tonight.
I actually knew who that was, surprisingly. That's
I knew Future. I did not know Metro Boomin.
See, I knew Metro Boomin and not Future, so I don't know what that says about us, but
yeah, this music's a little out of my
Hey, but you know what? It shows these guys' personalities, and that's
what it's all
the cool
about.
thing.
That is what it's all about. Here we go. Heat race number 3, BR Motorsports, the winner and the fastest qualifier. You're looking at Buddy Kofoid for this one in the 83 Junior. Will go to the dash. Off of turn number 4, underway in heat race number 3. Buddy Kofoid, what a start there, already into the second spot. Looking at Corey Eliason for the top spot. Corey Eliason around the outside. He'll lead him down the back straightaway. Buddy runs in second. Then it's Darren Knight and Zane DeVault, and the race is on for 5th. They're 3 wide for 4th off of turn number 4.
They are scattered all over each other back in this field. Chris Wyndham, Emerson Axum, Kevin Thomas Jr. all there deeper in the field. We just took a rock off the window in front of us here in the booth. Battles all over this racetrack, and a good one shaping up for 4th. Hunter Schoenberg trying to rip around the outside of Spencer Baston.
Buddy Kofoid to the inside of Corey Eliason. He's got the top spot. Eliason back to the inside. One into the wall in the back straightaway. It was Darren Nida. He keeps on going. The race for the lead down the front straightaway. Buddy Kofoid looking for the ace in the hole. He's got off at turn number 4 or turn number 2.
Buddy had to be perfect there. Eliason tried to fade him up the racetrack, but Kofoid kept his foot in the gas and takes the lead. Eliason goes back to 2nd, Baston 3rd, Schoenberg 4th. Darren Knight, after that wall contact, has held on to the 5th spot. Wyndham is racing with Zane DeVault for 6th.
For the first time since East Bay, the first race of the year, we may see the ace in the hole as Buddy Kofoid drove from 4th to the lead. Corey Eliason back to the inside down the back straightaway. And we've got one into the wall, and Zane DeVault loses 2 spots down the back straightaway.
That puts Chris Wyndham into the 6th spot. Still 1 out of the heat race transfer directly to the feature. Now DeVault, or rather Emerson Axum slides by Wyndham. So Axum goes to 6th. Nida still has the 5th spot. White flag up front, though, for Buddy Kofoid.
Buddy Kofoid, absolutely textbook heat race here. Got by 2 cars on the initial start. Sized up Corey Eliason, and he will grab the win in BR Motorsports heat race number 3. Kofoid wins it. Corey Eliason 2nd, Spencer Baston 3rd, Hunter Schoenberg 4th, and at the line, Darren Nida holds off Emerson Axum for the final transfer spot. Your winner from 4th, the ace in the hole. He will be on the pole automatically of the FK Rod-Ins Dash tonight. It is Buddy Kofoid. 2nd and going to the dash is Corey Eliason. 3rd was Spencer Baston. 4th, Hunter Schoenberg. And 5th goes to Darren Nida. Emerson Axum, Chris Wyndham, Dylan Norris, Zane DeVault, Danny Sams round out the field in heat race number 3 with Kevin Thomas Jr. coming home in the 11th position. But for the first time since the opening weekend at East Bay, we see a driver go from 4th to 1st in the heat race. It's Buddy Kofoid.
An ace in the hole. Chase Rodman, did you come up with that term all on your own? That's what I need to know.
I did.
Buddy Kofoid going 4th to 1st. Chase Rodman's calling it an ace in the hole. By doing that, you automatically have the pole of the FK Rod-Ins Dash. I'd like to be the first to congratulate you.
Yeah, I didn't really know that. That's pretty cool. That makes taking the stress of a dash draw away. I'm either really good or really bad. So, no, I mean, I can't say enough about this Roth Motorsports Mobile and Toyota. Dylan and Nate and Gage have done a hell of a job, and I knew if we were able to come here, our package was going to be really good, and I'd be, I feel like right at home. So it's just been just like that, and see if we can keep it rolling. But yeah, just like I said, can't thank Dennis and Teresa Roth enough, and kind of winded. But want to wish Teresa well, thinking about her, and hope she's doing better.
Guys, Buddy Kofoid says when he hangs out at the race shop with this 83 JR in Knoxville and he's around his crew guys, he says he feels like he races better. Guess where he's been the last couple days? He will be the pole of the FK Rod-Ins Dash.
Great run for Buddy, exactly what he needed to do. Fourth and final heat race lining up to get fired off, and it's presented by Winners Performance. Winners Performance has been manufacturing speed parts for the racing industry for over 65 years. Many of the winningest sprint cars in history are equipped with Winners quick change rear ends and driveline components. Visit winnersperformance.com today. Here's your lineup on the pole from Clovis, California. In the Jason Myers Racing, Sandra Engineering, driven to save lives. Autry Plumbing, number 14, it's Corey Day. On the outside of him, the 5-time World of Outlaw champion in the Napa Auto Parts, Maxima Race Oils, number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Row 2 inside from Hanover, Pennsylvania. In the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, number 1A, is Jacob Allen. Outside of him, from Monrovia, Indiana, last year's winner, Vivante Windows and Doors, CoastalRaceParts.com, Big Screen Car Wash, number 13, is Justin Peck. Row 3 on the inside from Leduc, Alberta, Canada. In the Logan Fenton Racing, Warrior Building Development and Excavating 99 is Skylar G. Outside of row number 3, starting 6th from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. In the Dahmer Powertrain, Fatheads Eyewear, Telstar Technologies 21H, it's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Row 4 inside from Enumclaw, Washington. The Brumos Collection Factory Cane Shocks. Kane Screen Print number 9 is Casey Kane. Outside of him, starting in the 8th spot from Republic, Ohio, the Amalie Oil, Ohio Logistics, Moon and Dagger Tattoo 2MD is Cap Henry. And in the back row, starting inside of row number 5 from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, in the Scottfield Builders Gibbsville Cheese, Diamond Pools number 73, it's the big wheel, Scotty Thiel. Starting 10th from Terre Haute, Indiana, in the 16TH, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot car is Kevin Newton. 10 cars, 8 laps, top 5. Transfer the feature. Here's more from Justin Peck.
Think it came with stripes, but you ain't straight with the game. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Walk it like I talk it. Talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Woo. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Walk it like I talk it. Talk it. Walk it.
Justin Peck's high roller playlist in action. He starts 4th in our 4th and final heat race. Green flag in the air. Corey Day gets the jump over Brad Sweet. Big Cat trying to fend off Jacob Allen, off 2 in a race for the 2nd spot.
Top 2 drivers, the points leader right now with the Midweek Money Series and the points leader with the regular series. Corey Day and Brad Sweet showing the way on lap number 1. Jacob Allen running in 3rd, gets a little bit sideways right there, trying to hold off the 99 of Skylar G. G now challenged on the outside by Justin Peck. Peck around the outside, might get by 2 of them. He gets by G and now looks at Allen for 3rd.
Peck had to get there in a hurry to the outside of Skylar G. It looked like he wanted to change lanes right in the middle of 3 and 4 and did what he had to do. Now he'll go to the bottom. Peck will. He'll change lanes and try and challenge Jacob Allen for this 3rd spot.
Justin Peck able to put that car about anywhere. Now G back underneath them, shows the nose. Now Peck around the outside, clears the number 99 cars. They work back into 3 and 4. Brad Sweet still right there with Corey Day. About a car like separate the top 2. It's been like that the entire way. Day finding a home around the outside. Brad Sweet right through the middle in car number 49.
These two are starting to pull away from 3rd on back. Jacob Allen, Justin Peck, and Skylar G in the 5th and final transfer. Brady Bacon is 6th and starting to close that blue and silver 21H car, 1 out of the transfer right now.
2 laps to go this time by Brady Bacon trying to get by Skylar G for the last transfer spot. G washes up off of turn number 4. Bacon sees an opening at turn number 1. Brady Bacon underneath of Skylar G. Side by side down the back stretch for the last transfer spot. The white flag is out for Corey Day, but the race for 5th is on between Skylar G and Brady Bacon.
Brady stumbled a little bit. It looked like off of turn number 4. Now they'll go to the high side and try and build some momentum up as they work off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Out of 4, Corey Day going to get the win. Brad Sweet 2nd, Jacob Allen 3rd, Justin Peck 4th. Bacon not going to be able to get there. Skylar G hangs on to the 5th and final transfer.
Your results from the final heat race of the night brought to you by Winters Performance. Corey Day with the win. He will go to the dash. 2nd to the 49 of Brad Sweet. 3rd to the 1A of Jacob Allen. 4th and going to the dash, the 13 of Justin Peck. And in 5th, the 99 of Skylar G. Going to a B main or a C main, the 21H of Brady Bacon. The 2MD of Cap Henry. The 73 of Scotty Thiel. The 9 of Casey Kane. And the 16 TH of Kevin Newton. Looks like Corey Day, after that heat race win, will pull down and talk to Tony Laporta. We've had 2 midweek Money Series events so far in 2024, and this kid has won both of them and now puts himself in position, Tony, for yet another $20,000 payday. Well, it looks like we were going to talk to Corey Day, but he must not like you very much, Tony.
He said I smelled, and I really don't get that. But interesting note on Corey Day, he's only raced here once before in a wing sprint car. That was last year here during the high limit event where he went 1st to 4th, filling in for Sunshine Tyler Courtney. But Corey Day should not fear due to lack of experience here at Kokomo Speedway. His crew chief, Noisy, a.k.a. Shane Bowers, has been here quite a few times. He's been Donnie Schatz's car chief. He's been here with Parker Price Miller, been here with Jason Myers, I believe. So Shane Bowers carries a lot of experience in this place. He even crew chiefed with Brian Clausen back around 2015 and 16. So Corey Day doesn't have a lot of seat time, but fear not, Noisy can still set that number 14 up pretty well.
Yeah, he's been pretty darn good so far this year. 3 wins to his credit with Kubota High Limit Racing. We'll take a quick break here on FloRacing. The next thing on the docket is going to be our roulette wheel dash redraw. If you haven't seen this before, it's pretty fun. We'll bring it over here by the flag stand. That'll be right after this break on FloRacing.
Winning doesn't just happen. You have to engineer it. You have to test it and make it better than it was the last time. Our engineers have the passion to create the parts you need, the way you need them to be, again and again and again. We've led this game for over 40 years, and we design, refine, and perfect every valve train part worthy of the winner's circle.
Established in 1983, FK Rod Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Avanti Windows and Doors, manufacturers of the country's finest vinyl windows for new home construction and proud sponsors of sprint car racing across America, are proud to bring you the Kubota High Limit Racing Midweek Money Series at Kokomo Speedway. Avanti Windows and Doors are also proud to be title sponsors of the USAC CRA Series, USAC Corn Belt Clash and Capitani Classic at Knoxville Raceway, the USAC Western World Championship, and the Petty Performance Racing Team of Kyle Cummins, number 3P. Ask your builder for Avanti, a Pella brand.
Are you looking for the best made in the USA racing components? Look no further. DMI Racing Components and Bulldog Quick Change Rears are built tough, built to win, and built in the USA. DMI components are designed, developed, produced, and shipped by experienced winning racers in the heart of central Pennsylvania. From late nights in the shop to 2 a.m. car washes, we know what it takes to compete, and we know you deserve the best. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Well, for the race fans sitting on the front straightaway, you could see our giant monstrosity of a roulette wheel that has been assembled right there by the flag stand. You've probably seen a dash redraw before if you're a racing fan. What these drivers will do, it's the 2 cars from each heat race. The drivers will come up there. They will spin that wheel, and whatever number they land on, we'll write it down. And the lowest number to the highest number is how we will set the dash here tonight, the dash lineup. And the finish in that dash will determine the first 4 rows of tonight's feature. Now, Dylan, this is the first time this has happened in a long time. The ace in the hole, Buddy Kofoid, he will automatically be on the pole of the FK Rod Ends dash due to being the fastest qualifier to win the heat race. That last time that happened was Brad Sweet, I believe, back at East Bay.
Have we fine-tuned the wheel rotation process and all of this? You know, because this has been an ongoing challenge for some of these guys to get this exactly right.
It started off a little rough. The first time we had it, I think we had James McFadden come up there and he moved it maybe like 3 triangles and thought that was good. No, it has to go at least a half rotation. And here recently, we haven't had that issue at all. These guys have been getting it at least one time around. Looks like we've got about most of our drivers down there. But so far, this deal's been pretty fun. This roulette wheel has brought in some pretty interesting moments here recently with Kubota High Limit Racing. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got all 8 drivers down there. Let's go downstairs to Tony Laporta. He'll get you through tonight's redraw wheel.
Yes, I will, Chase. Your invention is just taking, as always, to build. So that has been fun. But, folks, are you ready to find out where these drivers start tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash? Make some noise for them. How about that? All right, and then once we're done, we're going to have a chance to talk with Jerry Petty from Avanti Windows and Doors. He's talking to his driver right now, but we're going to talk to him after the redraw wheel. So if you don't know, the wheel here, all the drivers come up, they give it a spin. Chase probably explained it. Lowest number starts up as high as possible, which tonight is second because Michael Buddy Kofoid goes fourth to first, so he gets the pole position for tonight's FK Rod Ends Dash by virtue of just being really good. So we're going to kick things off here with Tyler Courtney out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Sunshine, come on over here for me. And as you know, we have our Butler Built Professional Seat Systems Hot Seat Question of the Night, which tonight comes to us from Sue Starr out of Denver, Colorado. Hashtag Go Avalanche. Sunshine, Sue Starr would like to know, how do you best enjoy spending a day off from racing?
Well, yesterday sat on the couch and watched hockey. We watched the NASCAR race and watch hockey for the playoffs right now, and that's basically what we do on days off now. That or go golfing.
All right, golf, and that's a very popular answer around here. You're going to give this thing a spin here. You are not spinning for the inside of the front row. Buddy Kofoid has locked that up, but we're still going to have him come up and answer the Butler Built Professional Seat Systems Hot Seat Question, so all of our drivers are spinning for second. The 00 would have gotten you the pole, but it didn't. Does that hurt your feelings?
It's all right. It's how it goes. That's the format. And, yeah, if you go win your heat from fourth, you deserve to start on the pole.
All right, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney, I believe by the 00 being the best number you can't spin, that should lock him into second. We'll check the rule book for that here in just a little while. Buddy Kofoid, come on over. You don't have to spin, but you do got to answer our question. Sue Starr from Denver, Colorado wants to know, how do you best enjoy spending a day off? It's mowing your lawn, right?
I just got home for the first time in a couple months. Honestly, I travel with the team, so I'm either with them or if we have a day off, we golf as well.
All right, a little bit of golf. And you don't got to spin the wheel, but you can get a round of applause from these race fans. How about it for Buddy Kofoid, folks? Tyler Courtney spun a 00. Kofoid's going to start on the pole anyway. Rico Abreu coming up here to spin the redraw wheel. Rico, come over here for me. You're going to stand right there. All right. So, Sue Starr, you know the rules. I know you do. Sue Starr from Denver, Colorado wants to know, how do you best enjoy spending a day off from racing?
Lately, just time with my wife and dog. And anytime my family gets to come out, it's just with the sport we're in and trying to manage everything as a business. It's it can be difficult to find that time. But we're just getting to the racetrack. Definitely has been the fun times.
All right, Gus is awesome. Tell Gus we said hi. All right, yeah, you can give that thing a rip now. Rico's giving me a hard time, and I really don't know why. 00 is what Sunshine spun. We're going to see what Abreu's got here. Oh, no, is it a 00 again? No, it's a 13. That was crazy. 13. That would be the second highest number we've seen spin, so Abreu will be second. Corey Day. 2 winners, 2 race wins so far here in the Midweek Money Series. We got a Butler Built Professional Seat Systems question for you. Sue Starr wants to know, how do you best enjoy your day off from racing?
I'm 18, so I still like to sleep a lot. So sleep all day for me is a good time.
I love your honesty so much. 13. Let's go here. We got a 00 for Sunshine, a 13 for Abreu. And Corey Day looking for something a little bit lower than a 13. It's going to be an 18, so that is just a bit higher, obviously. And next up, we have got Cole Macedo in the Honest Abe Roofing Machine. Cole, you went 23rd to 4th here last year, but what we really want to know is, what do you enjoy doing on your days off from the track?
Definitely, I know it's a popular answer, but definitely playing some golf or booking my next flight for the next race. I'm constantly trying to maximize the amount of time I could be out of the racetrack, or whether it be working on a car or driving one. So yeah, I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. So, yeah, popular answer is definitely golf and racing. So.
And hanging out in airports too long, like 10 hours yesterday. Cole Macedo, he's going to give that wheel a spin. 13 is still the lowest number we've seen. If he can spin lower than that, he'll start on the outside of the front row for tonight's dash. What about a 00? That's a tie. And I believe we go to qualifying position in their individual flights. So again, we're going to get Brian Walker to help us out with that tiebreaker here in just a little bit. Corey Eliason in the Ridge and Sons Racing, number 8. I know you were making dinner for your mom last night on Mother's Day on the Hibachi Grill. So other than cooking, how do you enjoy spending a day off from working on the race car?
Usually I'm working to make money. So whatever I can do to make money, I don't know why, but I just love money.
Hey, that's fine, man. Money is super cool, and we've got 20,000 of those monies to hand out here to the winner tonight. Give that thing a spin for me. What's that?
Why do we paint it yellow?
It's easier to see, naturally.
I feel like it slowed down to hit 00 more than it has all year.
Hey, man, listen, I don't make the rules, all right? What about if it hits single 0? Yeah! That's not as good as 00, but it's still good.
Yeah, but still, this proves my point. This is like odds in Vegas right here. This is definitely rigged.
All right, Corey Eliason, he does love the Vegas Golden Knights. I can tell you that much. Our second to last driver to spin out of Lubbock, Texas. It's his first dash appearance ever. Make some noise for Brenham Crouch. All right, Brenham. I think you're the youngest guy up here. So how do you enjoy spending a day off from the racetrack? And don't say doing homework.
No, I'm out of school at the moment. If I'm being honest, I've got a second Corey Day's answer. I do like to sleep, but other than that, I'd probably go with fishing. I love to bass fish.
Yeah, that's right. You do a bit of pond hopping in Brownsburg, Indiana, or sometimes we call that trespassing. Let's go ahead and give that wheel a spin here for me right now. I do it too. I'm not making fun of you. I do it too. Let's see what we got here. You gave that thing a rip.
I did.
We're trying to go lower than a 13. Well, no, actually, because by virtue of a 00, we got a couple tiebreakers. We're waiting to see how they shake out here. A number 5 is not bad. Good job.
Thank you. It's not a 0, but I guess not everybody can jump on the trend, so.
All right, good job. He's in his first FK Rod Ends Dash of the year. And then Justin Peck, our winner from 1 year ago. Who thinks he can do it again? All right, switch places with me right here. You got to be close to that wheel. So, Sue Starr from Denver, Colorado wants to know, how do you best enjoy spending a day off from the racetrack?
A couple Miller Lights and a round of golf's usually the way to go. Sometimes maybe a little Jack and Coke, either one.
Oh, my man. All right, couple Miller Lights and some golf. I heard some other people in the crowd agree with him on that. Justin Peck, he was your winner here in August of last year during the inaugural season of High Limit Racing, and he's going to spin a 1. We've had so many low numbers. I don't know where that puts you, but it's a good spin.
It's still like 5th or 6th, but I mean, this place puts on awesome racing, so I know the track crew will get it right, and there'll be a lot of racing, so we should be good.
All right, Justin Peck, how about a round of applause for him? Let's see if Brian Walker has a starting lineup for me here just yet. We'll see where all these guys are going to line up here. So it looks like it's going to be Kofoid on the inside with Courtney to his outside in row 1, Cole Macedo, Corey Eliason in row 2, Justin Peck, Brenham Crouch in row 3, and in row 4 on the inside will be Rico Abreu and Clovis, California's Corey Day. One more round of applause for all of our FK Rod Ends Dash qualifying drivers, folks. Now, I'm very pleased to welcome Mr. Jerry Petty up here to the wheel. Jerry, you don't need to give the wheel a spin. Unfortunately, we're taking it apart already. So we're seeing Avanti pop up all around racing as of lately. But to the folks who don't know what Avanti windows and doors are, can you kind of just give a little bit more explanation as to your company and what they're all about?
You bet. Avanti Windows and Doors was a vinyl window manufacturer in 5 states in the United States, 25 cities, and we manufacture vinyl windows and install them to the new home builders such as Lennar, D.R. Horton, Richmond American, Taylor Morrison. One of my favorite customers is Lance Keller at Lifestyle Homes, who sponsors the number 17 GP in the 410 series at USAC.
So, like I said, we've been seeing your company's name pop up more and more in racing, it feels like. So what all are you guys involved with as far as teams and as far as events? Where can we find Avanti's logo these days?
Okay, so we'll start with sponsorships. We start with Jack Yaley out in Arizona, who got me back into this. We're sponsoring his number 2 car that JJ will be driving at Corn Belt Clash in Knoxville. We sponsor RJ Johnson out in Arizona, who's currently second in points in the CRA, USAC division. And then my favorite car owner is Phil Rossi. He puts my logo on 2 of his midgets and doesn't charge me, so he's my favorite car owner.
That's a good deal, and I know you guys are involved in a lot of events. You're involved with us here today at the Midweek Money Mayhem race at Kokomo, Indiana. And you joked, you said your wife, she's the one who writes all the checks.
Yeah. The races that we sponsor are the Corn Belt Clash, the Capitani, the Western World Championship in Arizona. Of course, this one now that I'm excited about. And then the team that we own now is that we just started this year is out west. We got Drake Edwards driving a midget for us, and he had his first midget race Saturday night. Got quick time, first USAC race, and won his heat race, finished 5th in the main. Then me and JJ are doing a car that he's going to run the BC 39 and the Chili Bowl. And then my one I'm most excited about is the classiest driver in USAC, Kyle Cummins. We're doing the 3P car, and Kyle's here today if there's any fans. But and then, yeah, thanks to my wife who lets me do this, let me be here on Mother's Day. And the fans are the ones that we really need to thank, because they're the ones that come and make it so the promoters can keep doing this. So thank them.
All right, well, Jerry, we want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for being a proud partner of Dirt Track Racing. Jerry Petty, folks, with Avanti Windows and Doors. He's helping make this race possible. Chase, Dylan, we're having a lot of fun down here, except now I got to take apart this wheel, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. The C main rolling off right now. Just been in 4. There have been 2 scratches, so it'll go 8 laps, top 2 to the back of the B. Here is the lineup as it was scheduled on the pole. Scheduled to be the driver to Valparaiso, Indiana, the team Volkswagen Audi QuickTime Car Wash TI-22 number 13V, Van Gurley Jr. Outside of him from Enumclaw, Washington, the Case Kane race with Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print number 9 at Casey Kane. Row number 2 on the inside from Sacramento, California, the Running Boxer Farms, Harris Distributing Company, Valvoline number 101 at Caleb Henry. And outside of him, from Northport, Florida, that's the RV Locks and More, Global Links, Schaefer's Oil Shop, D3.com, number 24D at Danny Sams. Row 3, it's going to be Jimmy Light in the 23, excuse me. He's in the Horsepower Inc. Pinnock Insurance, Donna's Pool Service, number 23L. And outside of him, from Terre Haute, Indiana, the Honest Abe Roofing, Metal Supply Depot, number 16TH of Kevin Newton. And in the 4th row, out of Elk Grove, California, the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Focus Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JB Eichert, number 57 of Kyle Larson. And your final starter at Coleman, Alabama, the Indy Race Parts, Charlie Garrett Racing Engines, Inferno Armor, number 71. It is Kevin Thomas Jr. Cars getting behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Let's listen in one more time to Justin Peck's High Roller playlist.
They treat me like captain. Know where I'm going like captain. Show up when I want like captain. Everywhere I go, I'm captain. Everywhere I go, I'm the captain. Everywhere I go, I'm captain. Everywhere I go, I'm captain. What's happening?
That is Captain by Wiz Khalifa as we go green. 6 cars, top 2 to the B. Van Gurley and Casey Kane to the green flag here in the C main, Dylan.
And Kevin Thomas Jr. and Caleb Henry were the cars that scratched. Larson's got to go here. No provisionals on tap for him tonight. He's got to transfer out of this race. Good stuff up front here. 3 wide for the lead nearly. Casey Kane, Van Gurley, Danny Sams up on the high side. Top 2 transfer. And at the end of lap 1, it's Danny Sams.
Danny Sams riding the cushion around the outside of the racetrack here at Kokomo Speedway, showing the way in the 24D. Casey Kane, the exact opposite line, right around the inside hub. There goes Kyle Larson getting by Van Gurley. Now looking at Kevin Newton, and Larson might have the 3rd spot off of turn number 4, and he does. Now Larson 1 spot out of a transfer. Got to track down the number 9 of Casey Kane.
Danny Sams on the high side. He's the lone car up there. Everybody else is right around the infield tires here. Kane's making it work, running in that 2nd spot. Tracked down Sams on entry to 1 and 2 and pulled away from Kyle Larson. We're already halfway here. 4 down, 4 to go.
Yep, 4 to go. Danny Sams showing the way. Casey Kane drawing back to the left rear tire of the driver to Northport, Florida. Sams has momentum down the back straightaway, pulls 3 car lengths on the number 9 car of Casey Kane. Kyle Larson, 5 car lengths behind him as they come across the line this time by 3 laps to go. And Larson's got to get going and got to get going now.
Yeah, he's got to do something different here, I think. And it may require him to go to the high side, which he's not been real keen to do so far here in this C main. Side by side nearly for the lead in the C main off of 4. Casey Kane has been chipping away on the bottom. Danny Sams committed to the high side. Momentum's there for Sams. He pulls away again down the backstretch.
Danny Sams coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Casey Kane right back underneath him as they work back into turn number 1. Kane trying to steal the C main win as they work down the back straightaway. Kyle Larson not close enough to challenge. They'll come this time to the checkered flag. Sams off the cushion. He'll get the win. Casey Kane second, Kyle Larson third, Kevin Newton in fourth. And then it was Jimmy Light and Van Gurley Jr., the 6 cars in tonight's C-Main. So Danny Sams and Casey Kane will transfer on. It's the end of the night for Kyle Larson, Kevin Newton, Jimmy Light, Van Gurley, Caleb Henry, Kevin Thomas Jr. Now,